This is Isabella Gabriel Bueno, and this is my presentation for the itinerary tour on the Metro Manila or the NCR. So, uh, before we start, first thing that I think let's answer the question: who is the most helpful person you think that can help you in order to succeed in this project? I think what colleagues or my classmate that are in the same uh, course, the hospitality management, because we are knowledgeable enough to proceed and pursue this kind of tour. So I think before we proceed to the tourist spot, we must know first the law, so that we can run no trouble and in our tour, because if we run, it may be time consuming. This Here are some laws that I found in we I think we must know first: the Republic Act 9593, also known as the Tourism Act of 2009, promote a tourism industry that is ecological, sustainable, responsible, participative, culture sensitive, economically viable, and ethically and socially equitable for local communities. Here, I think we must know this first, and we must obey this so that we can preserve the nature and the tourist spot, and as I know, tourism, we must preserve this because tourism industry is one of the um, job and revenue generator of the Philippines. Other is the Presidential Decree number 825, the penalties for improper disposal. When Mayor Isko Moreno seated, it was strictly implemented. This is the must we have things, not only for me but also for the tourists. We must be vaccinated because last month we hit the 1 million mark in COVID-19, and also when entering a country, I read on an article that one must be vaccinated in yellow fever, other is mask, face shield, passport or ID for identification, prescription and medication, because the demographic or the customers that we have is elders, and we all know that some of them have a disease or not that strong immunity. Other is the first aid kit and the hotline emergency when having an health issues, and when someone have health issues, gadgets for communication, camera, not only for the tourist but also for you when they are taking group. You don't bother someone to take groups, and uh, no one will be not be included in the photos. Now, the patient and the hospitality of the Filipinos, this is the most important thing, and this is the reason why other countries and foreigners love to visit Philippines, and knowledge about the culture of the Australian. We must also know this because some of our act may be uh, mean to them and cause misunderstanding. So here are the tourist spots that I included and I think suitable for the customers that we have. The National Museum of the Philippines. This is I choose this because there is no other curricular activities in here. You're just going to appreciate and take photos in the arts, and also when uh, when we are older, we appreciate this kind of art things, mostly in arts. The second one is the Intramuros and Fort Santiago. I choose this because senior citizen should at least exercise or more active, so that their immune system will, I think, be strong enough. I think this is suitable for them because you're just going to walk around, appreciate the vintage feels, or the old Spaniards era of the Philippines. And also here in the Fort Santiago, you can appreciate the war of the Philippines. You can see their old machines, cannons, take photos with it, and appreciate the vintage. It is also known as the Walled City. It was built. The Fort Santiago also built in 1593, if I'm not mistaken. The third one is the Rizal Park. The third day of the tour that we are going to have. Rizal Park is also known as Bagumbayan. This is the place where our national heroes got shot, and it is also named after him. I think I choose this because you can appreciate history of the Philippines. You will know about the history of the Philippines. Uh, you will know the history of the Philippines, and while enjoying the fresh air and trees, uh, and the uh, fresh air and trees that are in this area. We have lots of parks there. The fourth one in the, I think, the Ninoy Aquino Park and Wildlife Center. Most of the elders are now into environment. Most of them wants to gardening, so I think this is one of the most suitable for them. Walking while appreciating nature and breathing fresh air, and also seeing wildlife and trees. The last one will be the Mall of Asia. This is the last day of the tour that I can. Most of elders love shopping and buy things for their family, grandparents, or siblings, kids. So yeah, I choose this Mall of Asia because it is also located at the Manila Bay, and while shopping you can enjoy the beautiful scenery of the Manila Bay and the known sunset. The sunset there was so beautiful. And here, this is the place where our tour or our guests will stay, the Conrad Manila. It is near all of the tourist spots that I mentioned, and it is also near at the NAIA, or the National International Airports of the Philippines. By choosing this, we can maximize our time in the tour. And also, it is beautiful. As you can see, the Manila Bay can also seen from the hotel, and as the structures give, you can see the aesthetic architectural design that will also give pleasure to our customers. And before I end this presentation, I will leave this quote from Chip Seattle: "Take only memories, leave nothing but footprints for the tourism." This is for the tourism spots and for the tourist itself, that we must not take something such as flowers. It is Most of the tourist spots got destroyed because of this kind of um, attitude. So thank you very much. That is all.